Hello, simplifiers. Diana with Dinah Simplifies here. How are you doing? Well, guess what? Today's Monday, August 25th. This was the day I was supposed to get my crown. Remember that? What time is it now? It's 1:30. About an hour ago, the dentist personally called me to tell me that the crown supposedly arrived on Friday. They checked it in as if it had arrived and no one can find it. So my appointment's at 3:20. So in other words, there's no crown, so there's no appointment. So go figure. That's the y'all. I just laughed and laughed during the entire phone conversation. I just laughed because what else at this point? What else can you do? I mean, it's just. I said I told you it was doomed. I told you it's just very bad luck. It's doomed. Whatever. I don't know what else to say about it at this point. I'm going to take my shoes off because we're going to do some cleaning in here. So I'm going to climb up here I'm going to start by climbing up here and cleaning these blinds. And then I've got the sheets laying here. I'll put the sheets on the bed. Hopefully, I noticed the last cleaning video I didn't move the camera around very well. I don't know if it was the cleaning or maybe it's decluttering. I don't remember, but one of the videos I didn't move things around like I should have. Hopefully I'll pay more attention. I'm the world's worst videographer that's ever lived, so just take that for what it's worth. So I guess the good news is I left the house early this morning. I planned to leave about an hour earlier than I did, but I left early and went to the gym. Hopefully you can hear me. I figured out if I don't yell, I used to be able to be heard across the room. I have a very loud voice. And I don't have a microphone. I've never needed a microphone. Now you can't hear me unless I'm yelling. So I'm trying not to talk much because I'm not close enough to the camera, apparently. Anyway, I left very early and I went to the gym and, not that early. I guess I left about 9. And got that done, got that out of the way. Came home, I was about to fix lunch when the dentist called. And I said, well, I just need to know because I live almost an hour there from there. And he's like, I know. He actually knows where I live because he's a deer hunter and there's a deer processing place right down the street from me. So he knows where I live. Anyway, he knows it's not close to anything at all. So anyway, I'm not mad. It's just par for the course where as far as this whole situation has been and continues to be. And again, I was trying to get all these appointments finished before Bible study starts. And then I actually thought, well, maybe this is actually going to get done today. I have the appointment. Maybe this is actually going to get done before Bible study. Nope. So we can just put that out of our minds because that's not happening. I'm trying to, is that as far as this looks? There we go. I'm trying to get the dust up here. All right, so it's a cloudy day. It's finally cooled down here. I'm happy about it. I do not like fall, only because fall says that then winter's coming, and I absolutely despise winter. So I do not like the cold. I'll take the heat all day long over the cold, and I'll just go in the house and sit in the air conditioning, But I know other people can't deal with the heat, so I get it. But I am not a cold weather person. There is an extra cat hanging out in our yard. We do not want him. I've tried running him off. He does not want to be run off. He wants to continue to stay in my yard. I'm getting very irritated. I do not want another cat. I love that sweet little feral we took in, but I don't want another one. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I didn't want that one. He is very sweet, but I did not want him. I did not want another cat. So anyway, we're trying to get toward retirement. We're both 56, we're moving toward retirement, and we do not want to be shackled to the house with pets. Especially, our luck, they're always sick. So it's a whole nother bad luck story for us. Our pets are always very sick, and they can't be left alone. And can't find a decent sitter, and they have to have pills, so you have to have somebody who can give pills, that kind of thing. So, we just don't go anywhere. Sunshine's been sick again. I can't remember if I've mentioned that. I think maybe I did. She's been sick again. She's having to have 2 pills a day. So you see, if I go anywhere, I'm going to take her with me. because you have to be able to find somebody that knows how to give pills. And even the sitter I used to have, I had a sitter for years and years, and she couldn't even find the cats to give them pills, and nobody would be able to find this cat to give her a pill. She'd have to go somewhere where somebody could keep an eye on her, so they'd know where she was, so they could tame her, so they could give her a pill. So it's just not as easy as, you know, people think to just leave your pets when they're sick like that. You just can't do it. So anyway, not complaining, but I just don't want any more, because we just seem like we have the worst luck with pets. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make the bed. That took 5 minutes, really. That was crazy. It was plenty dirty. Okay, let's move that. Let's probably move all this because I just need a fitted sheet. So I have organic cotton sheets, so they're the wrinkledest thing in the world, but it keeps me from having terrible hot flashes. So if you're hot at night, get rid of those polyester sheets. And the polyester pajamas, not helping. If you have hot flashes, or if you just sleep hot. I just was hot all the time. It wasn't even really a flash, it was just hot. I just fed the cat. That's the thing. We try not to leave any cat food out there because we don't want any cats here. We just have the one cat that eats outdoors. So I just put food out there. Well, he's not eating it, of course, so I just had to go bring it back in because he's going to let that other cat eat it. I don't want that cat up here. And if he's here, I don't want him eating. If he's going to eat something, he needs to eat something out of the yard, you know, like a, I don't know, squirrel. We also have a situation where something is living behind my bathtub again. This is nothing new. We've had this before, but hasn't happened in a while. But right now we have some sort of critter behind my bathtub again. And this one was coughing and gagging, which was quite funny. And then one night, the cats were staring at the area where it was hanging out. And so I know he was in there, but he wasn't coughing or making really he was just making some rustling noises. He wasn't coughing or any of that, so I thought that was weird. Because the day before he'd been coughing his head off and making these gagging noises. So I was like, this is great. Please don't give my cats anything that's, you know, don't bring any sickness to my cats. I can't handle it. I don't have time to go to the vet. Neela's here. Hey Neela, what you doing? She's gonna leave because I'm about to start that vacuum cleaner up. Oops. Oh, I can't pick up anything. Always have an extra pillow. So this is a jersey knit. I like jersey knit just because they're cotton too. So anything that's cotton is something I want to sleep with, but these are nice. But those were the sheets. They were really expensive and they had ripped up. But this pillowcase is holding together, which is really nice. I don't know, they were under warranty, so they sent me another set, and then that set tore up too. So I just, at that point, I just was like, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna put the blanket on in a little while because that was another 5 minutes. So let's get on with vacuuming. I want to vacuum and mop in here if I don't do anything else today. Because Sweet Pea was in here throwing up, so I want to make sure I get all that off the floor. This is one of our nice, we have 2 rooms that have new floors, and this is one of them. So I want to keep it looking nice and not funky and not mess it up. So let's go ahead and let's see. I'll just go ahead and vacuum this direction since you can, let's see here. Take the window out and then maybe you can see more of the room. There we go, you can see most of this other room then. Scraping the floor, but it's got, what do you call it? It's got something on the bottom so it won't scratch. So, never fear. Let's turn you a little bit. Well, I pretty much did that over there. let's go ahead and, let's see. I'll leave that plugged in there, I think. No, maybe I'm gonna move where this is plugged. I'm gonna do the second half in a minute, but let's go ahead and mop over here first. I think that might be the easiest thing to do. Same as always, I got my spraying mop, my really old spraying mop, so let me just go ahead. Yeah, I kind of did this part right here, so let's just go ahead and do this. Whoopsie, I left the frame. I'm not good at videoing anything. All right, there we go. I also need to dust in here. I don't know that I'm really gonna have time to do that. Or I probably have time. I don't know if I want to make time just because I feel like these videos are too long sometimes. But we'll see. I really want to get those blinds done. I definitely got dirt off the blinds, and it hasn't been that long. So, you know, I definitely want to get that done. Okay, let me bring you back just a tad, hopefully. Yeah, right here, I'm seeing a lot of, I don't know if she threw up right here. I don't know, but I'm just seeing a lot of something here. And we don't, I mean, the only thing we do in this room is walk in, go to bed. You know, it's not like we're in here dropping dirt and, so I don't know. I don't know what is going on really, but just seeing a lot of stuff over here where, and you know, man, if he knew that she threw up, he might have just barely wiped it, and not trying to blame anybody. It could have been me, but I'm just noticing there's a lot of times we're wiping this up in the middle of the night, and you know what I mean. It's the middle of the night. We're not really looking at it too closely, so it may just be we didn't get it up very well. So, see if we can get that a little bit better. I noticed where I mopped the other day, there's still some stains. I don't know what's going on. I thought I was better at mopping than that. Have a lot of practice, but I don't know. Okay. And this is going to sound crazy, but I sleep with a blanket over my head. First of all, because I would either have to have blackout shades in here, which I don't really want, because then it makes the room really dark in the daytime, and I don't want that. So I just cover my head with this. I didn't realize, once again, I was out of frame. I cover my head with this, so I'm just folding that up and putting it on my pillow. Okay, so let's see if we can bring you this way. But we've had a cricket right in the window unit. We've had a cricket chirping in the window unit right over there. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Oh my gosh. thankfully it's been burning up. So the window unit, we turn it on where it runs all night. So it's a fan, even if it's not on, it's a fan. So for I think 3 nights, it's been chirp, 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 but I can still hear it over the window unit. So that's one good thing. It's really nice to have a blanket over your head. So between the lights and needing everything to just be silent, I have the blanket over my ear, over my head, everything. It's just, wow. So anyway, a little bit crazy. Well, can't even see the floor. I'm just going to turn that around so you can see this little corner I'm going to get into here. Drag the clock radio up there. That would have been great. All right, let's see. This is attracting all kinds of lint. Trash can and try one more time back here. Okay. That's good enough. I do do think we have enough time. Let's go ahead and, it's 25 minutes. Let's go ahead and start dusting. We'll get as far as we can. Let's see here. Oops, too much. There. All right. So if you missed it, last week I decluttered this. This is my bedside table. I decluttered that and got quite a bit of things from the outside of it. So if you missed that, it's still up there. I'm back to getting no views. I had 1 week where I got over 100 views and went right back to, so whatever, I just can't handle it. No, I just can't worry about what YouTube's doing. It's just, I don't know. Does it really, in the great scheme of things, does it really matter what they're doing? Not especially, not really. So if you're enjoying this content, if you leave me a comment so I'll know that someone cares, that would be great. I know a lot of you comment every week. This is very sweet of you. I really appreciate it. Starting to sweat. Now, why isn't the air conditioner? The air conditioner was on for days. Why is it not, or weeks actually? Why is it not coming on now? Because now I'm hot. I'm really hot right now. There's a picture over here. Well, you can't see it. That's good. You can see this one. I don't have a lot of pictures up, and I used to have more, and I've taken quite a few down in the last few years. I'm not really a minimalist, but I kind of am with the wall decor. I don't think I'll ever be an actual minimalist, but as far as walls, you know, like there's 2 pictures on this wall. This is a really big wall, so that's pretty minimal for pictures, unless you're just not going to have any, which would also be fine with me. I don't even know that I care that much. Usually whatever I get, I just stick with it. Pretty minimal with the stuff that belongs to me in here. So this is actually Spencer's chest, or what do you call it, a dresser. So I mentioned the one thing he does, I got all this stuff cleared off in here, and then he started going to the gym and put a gym bag up here, and this is sideways, I'm so sorry. I'm not loving the gym bag being up there, but I am loving the fact that he's going to the gym, so I don't say anything. You know, you gotta pick your battles, really. In this life, we really just gotta pick our battles. So, you know, do I wish it was somewhere else? Yes. Like it could be in a closet. Wouldn't that be fine? Could it not go in a closet? We have closets. But, anyway, it's fine. Then, this over here. It's wet over here still. I'm walking through the mopping. People freak out when I'm mopping their house and they're walking through it. Well, I learned early on, people are going to walk. It didn't matter. It wouldn't matter if I waited till everybody was gone. Somebody would come home and walk on it. So you learn early on when you're cleaning houses. Always, always, someone's going to walk on the wet floor. And I didn't actually mean to walk on it, but I forgot it was still wet. But that's okay. I did want to get this done, so I should have done this in a different order, but somehow I thought this was going to take a lot longer than it is taking. So, I guess that's the good news. It's not taking that long. And this picture is looking faded, and it's a numbered print. But I'm guessing being by this window has not done it any favors, because I don't think it used to be this color. I could be wrong. I don't think it was that. Like it almost looks like it doesn't have any color to it. It's very strange. So I've been looking at it lately thinking, I don't think this picture used to look this way. to skip that part over there because obviously I'm walking in water, so let's just skip dusting that part. It'll be fine. I'll go ahead and finish this. I was gonna declutter this drawer. Wonder if I could pull it out and get it back in, because it's not that much in there. And one thing I'm noticing since Mom's gone, I think I can get it back in there. So there's not that much in here, and I really don't think I want any of it. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put it right here. Let's just see. Oh, so this is a, what do you call it? Dusting cloth. This, I think, was from my wedding. I think this was something blue. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a super sentimental person as far as the wedding goes. I'm still married. We've been married 33 years. I love Spencer very much, but honestly, this, and then it's all like, our house, everything molds. You see all that funky stuff here? So it's just been in here. Thankfully, it was in here, so it wasn't molding. So I'm just gonna throw this away and give this away because, you know, somebody that's crafty, somebody might want to do something with that. It's pretty. I just don't. It's nothing I care about. And then also, this was probably my mom's. I don't even have a memory box. I know Dawn from the Minimal Mom talks about memory boxes all the time. I still don't have one. If I had one, would I even care about this? No. But I do think this was probably Mother's. Maybe I should ask my sisters. But I don't feel like, I feel like my sister's less sentimental than I am. You know, it does nothing. This whole practice of pulling your dress up, I'm like, I don't care if you did that, but for me, I was like, no, we're not doing that during my wedding. So I had it on, but it meant absolutely nothing to me, and I did not pull my dress up for a, nope, not for a picture. That's just not me, not my thing. Not against it, just not my thing. So, yeah, that's kind of how I fall down on that. How I fall on that. I don't care about that. This was a souvenir book of songs from Stephen Foster's story of Bardstown, Kentucky. Probably fascinating to somebody, not the least bit fascinating to me. I guess we went there. It's my old Kentucky home. If you don't know anything about that, that's what it looks like. I bet Melinda has been there or is familiar with it because it is in Kentucky and she grew up in Kentucky. So, this means nothing to me. I'm sure we went there. It's got music in here. I'm sure this was, oh, this was a play. Oh, from the Stephen Foster story. I see. I don't remember being there. I don't remember anything about this, but somehow it ended up in my stuff. I remember nothing about that. So this is my brother's. My brother passed away of cancer, but this was, it says Drury, that's my last name, Drury is cited for grades. And it's just talking about him having good grades. And this actually, I have this shirt. This is his shirt that I have. I think I deleted some videos by accident and that shirt may have been, but I still have this it's actually in my closet and it fits me. I don't know, I can't figure out how in the world, because he was kind of a muscular, I mean, he wasn't huge. He was a thin boy, but I can't figure out how in the world that his shirt would fit me. Let's see. Okay, I was born in 1969. This is all moldy. I do not even like roosters, period. It's just been in the store forever. This is, again, I could care less. So I can tell you what day I was born, though, so that would be interesting. On a Friday. So Friday the 14th, March 14th. All right. This is my grandfather's memorial obituary. I think I will keep that. I may have this somewhere. I may have another one. If I find the other one, I'll get rid of this one, but I will keep that because it's very small. I'll just go ahead and keep it in here. Okay, just another hanky. This one's all funky. It's got stains all over it. Let's see here. Let's see, a key. What does the key go to? An old fan. The fan is also gross. This was mine from when I was a kid. I don't want this. It means nothing to me. I would not be in a memory bin. Would not care. This is a picture of me. I did drill team for a couple years, and This is not my favorite. Another picture I had was better than this one, but this one's pretty cute. So I will keep that. I'll keep that picture. And then like, I don't know what this is. Some mail. Okay, why do I don't know why I need any of this. Like, who is AV Patton? I think this is just envelopes. Is this anything? I don't think so. This is the Centennial. We had the bicentennial, 1976. I do remember that vaguely, but I don't. The air is finally coming on, but I don't care. This is my old Kentucky home souvenir. So like the, okay, now that furniture's pretty. I like that. That's pretty. Yeah, so pictures, I mean, that's neat. Definitely not against it. We used to go to lots of older homes, you know, really old antebellum homes and stuff like that. So that's something we did as I was growing up. So, I mean, that's cool. I'm not against it. Do I want this? No. And then whose graduation is this? 87. This is my graduation. I'll keep it. I'll keep that in that drawer. Makes sense, I guess. Keep the picture and that in the drawer. Well, that relates to me more than anything else in this drawer does. That and my picture and my grandfather's death. I think the rest of this, I just feel like the rest of this could just go in the trash. Yeah, I think these are just empty envelopes. Like, why? Why do I have these? I don't even know who this is. I don't know why I have these empty envelopes. Why? I mean, that's just gonna be put in the trash. It's old stamps, sure, but I don't care about that, frankly. I don't know why this is in here. Mother would remember possibly, but she's no longer here to ask, and I have no idea. And if I asked my dad, he'd be like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna, this is going in the trash. Let's see. I'll keep the thing with my brother just because it's got his, I mean, it's small. Plus, it's got that shirt on, so I mean, that's kind of cool. The fan, I think I'm putting in the trash. These envelopes, I'm putting in the trash. This thing, because it just looks gross. This looks gross. All this, I'm putting in the trash. The Kentucky home stuff, I don't even know what to do with that. With Goodwill, would that be a place for that? I have no idea. No clue. All right, let me see if I can get this back in here. So, the floor is still wet over here. Okay. Oh no. All right. Let's go ahead and mop the rest of this. I'm gonna put this because it's dusty and it's sitting on my table. I mean, on my clean sheets. I don't want that there. So we can just move it real quick. Okay, I think I can move you back to the back corner. I moved my chair out of the way, so then I can just mop my way out. What is going on? What is happening? No, that'll work. That'll work. Thank you. Can you hear the bells? Tell you what, that's dry that way, so I'm gonna mop this way and mop my way out. Then I'll have to come around and push the button. So I'll have to step in something to push the button, but that's okay. Thanks so much for being with me. I hope this has inspired you to do some cleaning or decluttering or straightening, tidying, whatever you need to do around your house today. I am actually not the least bit sorry. I think I already said this, that I don't have to drive over there today. So no big deal. As far as the dentist goes, very strange situation, but just, I mean, what can you say at this point? Whatever. Spencer got my car running. If I complained about my Buick, I think I have. Spencer got my car running. I've been driving it some. I wanted to drive it to the dentist only because, not because I really trust it, but only because I've talked about their parking lot's hard to get into. So I thought it'd be easier to get my car in there than the truck. This is why I want to buy another car, because I just have a hard time parking that truck. And then my dad has a truck, and my dad says, is it even as big as my truck? And Spencer, when I told Spencer, he said, he just laughed. He said, yeah, his truck is mid-sized and your truck is full-size. And I said, I didn't think my dad's was, his isn't as tall as mine is, but I mean, mine's a Ford F-150. It's not a dinky size, it's not like a Ford Ranger. It's a Ford F-150. And it's the extended cab, so it's longer than an F-150, you know. Anyway, I'm not gonna sit around arguing with somebody about the size of the truck, but it's definitely a full-size truck. I have a hard time getting it into these really tight spaces. So I just preferred not to drive it over there, but then again, I drove my car this morning to the gym and it was acting a little wackadoo once on the way there and once on the way home, and it's only 30 minutes from the house and it's about 5 minutes, the gym is about 5 minutes from Spencer's office, whereas the dentist is about 35 minutes from Spencer's office. And then I was like, great, I'm not gonna be able to drive it. I'm gonna have to drive the truck and worry about hitting somebody, which I mean, I don't really think I would, but it's just, you know, it's stressful. It's just stressful thinking about it.